Plaintiff Carmen Moeller was friends with the defendant for 3 years. Until one drunken night, they decided to hook up and start dating. However, Carmen claims she could no longer afford to date the defendant because he had no money. And she's suing him because she let him borrow her car, and he not only wrecked it, but he fled the scene of the accident. Defendant Scott Vance says Carmen was a nice woman, but he broke up with her after she showed up at a bar screaming and cursing at him in front of his friends. Scott insists Carmen is suing for more than he owes.
Start with you.
Okay, Scott and I have been friends for like 3 years, and, well, it was kind of a drunken tequila night, but we kind of hooked up.
How has things proceeded since then?
Oh, they're not.
When did it stop?
Well, I couldn't afford him.
Since when? When did he become too expensive?
Well, he stayed with me for about 3 months and never paid any rent, never paid anything, and I said, you know, you're gonna have to start paying some rent or something. He says, when I get my bonus, I'll pay 2 months' rent. Well, that never happened. So.
Still waiting on that bonus?
Oh, no, I got it. It just wasn't what I was expecting, you know, so.
He gave you that story?
Yeah.
So it's the boss's fault.
Yeah, the boss's fault. Yeah. All right, what else you want to tell me?
Anyway, Scott is really a good guy. He has good intentions. I mean, he's usually normally quiet and shy until he gets a few drinks in him, and then he gets pretty wild, and he likes to hit on a lot of women.
And they comply?
I'm sure quite a few do.
When they're drunk. When they're drunk, obviously.
Yeah, he tried to join this private gentleman's fishing club back home, and he actually got banned from the premises because he hit on all the wives in front of their husbands. So he's not allowed to step foot on the property anymore.
Fishing for the wrong thing.
Fishing for the wrong thing.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Where are you all from, by the way?
Cincinnati.
Okay. You ever think you all could get back together, man?
No.
Why
no,
not?
he doesn't even have a job now.
He's got his bonus. You lost your job?
Yeah, due to not having my license, yeah.
Give me some background on yourself. You all met in 2013.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we was friends. I mean, you know, we both drink a lot. We hang out at the same bar, so, I mean, kind of turned into started dating, and, I mean, Carmen's a great person. She has helped me out a lot due to me not having a license. And
when was your license taken?
2014.
Why?
DUI.
How many?
I've only had one.
Why'd you all break up?
Well, it kind of just went downhill. You know, I kind of got to see a bad side of her. You know, at the bar one night, she come in. Well, we was probably drunk, but me and my pals sitting around, she come up just screaming and yelling, you know, making a scene.
About what?
Money.
You owe me this, you owe me that, you owe me money.
And you know what? It helped me, because if I hadn't gotten everybody in the bar involved, then I wouldn't have got the money for my suspended license.
They all
But
jumped
they
on
marched
you?
him over to the ATM, and I got my money for that.
They forced him to the ATM.
Well, they gave him, yeah.
Nobody made me.
So you went over to the ATM and gave her money that night, and then you were done with her from there?
Yeah, that's kind of when we put the brakes on.
2015.
Yeah.
Plaintiff Carmen Moeller dated the defendant, but he claims he broke up with her after she showed up at a bar and started screaming at him in front of his friends.
So tell me why you're here today.
He wrecked my car.
Was he drinking?
No.
Okay.
But it was in the morning. I was going to go get my hair done, and my hairdresser had my hair up in foil and everything, and his grandmother called, and he was worried about her because when he answered, she wasn't there. So he tried to call her back. She didn't answer. She's in her 80s. She has Alzheimer's. So he asked me if he could run down the street and check on her real quick. And I was worried about her, too. I said, yes, please, just go check on her. And he wrecked my car.
Sir?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah, I went down to, I did go down to check on my grandma just to make sure she was all right. So on the way back to picking her up, it was cold out, the roads were wet, and I slid into the back into somebody.
Okay, so sliding into the back sounds like it was your fault. What was discussed afterwards?
So what he did is, after he wrecked my car, he fled the scene of the crime. So he pulls up to get me when I'm getting my hair done. I go out there, I said, I see my car, and I noticed there's no license plate.
How much damage? You have a picture?
Yes, I do. Don't have a picture, but I have the
Estimate.
details.
So you don't see your license plate.
Yeah, so he leaves the scene of the accident and leaves my license plate behind. So I took him with me. He says, Carmen, I can't go back there because they're going to take me to jail because he's already gotten a ticket for driving under suspension. So I said, no, I made him go with me because I had to find that person because I didn't want to hit and run on me. So yeah, we found her, and here she comes out the door with my license plate in her hands.
And the ticket.
Yeah, I admitted to the police officer that I did know that he didn't have a license, but at that time, you know, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was worried about his grandmother.
What was the ticket for?
It was wrongful entrustment.
Okay, well,
for
that's
letting
your
him drive
fault.
my car without a license.
Insurance deductible. Sir, do you have a defense?
No, I mean, I do kind of feel responsible for that. You know, it was my fault. I did damage her car.
Okay, how does he owe you attorney fees?
Well, I felt bad for him, and he was afraid he was going to go to jail for that because that was his second driving under suspension. So we called and talked to an attorney, and the attorney thought that he could get him out with no jail time or anything.
So he charged you all over the phone?
And yes,
Yeah,
so
y'all were
I
drunk
went
that
ahead
day.
And gave him my credit card.
Did you ever
Yeah,
see
I
him?
did when he went to court and went to jail.
All right, so he did show up to court. Sir, what do you have to say about the attorney fees?
The attorney, you know, I had no written contract with her.
Did you agree to pay her?
There was never no promises.
She never asked for money.
She asked.
And what did you say? You're coming across as pitiful. Yep. What did you say?
Oh, she came at me like, you owe me this, you owe me that. But, you know, at the time when it happened, there was never no promises.
What did you say?
Oh, I said, no, I don't.
All right. Did he tell you he didn't know you?
I said, I will put this retainer if you pay me back.
What did he say?
He said, okay.
And you never said okay?
I didn't say okay.
Were you all living together or anything?
No, I think I think he was staying at my apartment.
How long had you all lived together?
About a month.
Okay. It's not likely that you're staying with a person for a month that they would feel so committed to you that they would pay a legal fee and not expect it to be returned. The ticket, I'm going to strike that. So it's because that's your fault. 500 plus 750 is what, Doyle?
1250.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Oh, we're still great friends. I mean, this ain't going to change our friendship none.
We're drinking buddies.
Yes.